permanently. The word echoed in Joe's mind for the rest of the morning. He knew he should be happy. He'd barely been scraping by on his part-time salary. This job would change all that. But his position at MS-74 was only supposed to be temporary. Just something to keep him afloat until he got his big break. The only thing Joe wanted was to play great music, and not just for a bunch of half-awake middle schoolers. When class let out that day, Joe still felt uncertain. He decided to go see his mother. Maybe she would have some words of advice, not to mention that he had not laundry to do. Lieber Gardner owned a small tailoring shop in Queens, New York. She was a tall, elegant woman in her 60s with cropped white hair and a no-nonsense attitude. As Joe folded his salary, he filled her in on the job offer. After all these years, my prayers have been answered. A full-time job, she said, clasping her hands together. Yeah, Joe said heavily. His mother fixed him with a stern look. You are going to tell them yes, right? Don't worry, Mom, he said. I've got a plan. Lieber's lips pursed like he sucked on a lemon. You've always got a plan. Maybe you need to have a backup plan too, for when your plan falls through. Joe didn't know why he felt so stunned. She'd never supported his career choices. Why had he thought this time would be any different? Liba sighed. Joey, she said in her softer voice, we didn't struggle giving you an education just so you could be a middle-aged man washing your underwear in my shop. Yeah, but Mom, Joe began. Liba cut him off. With this job, you will finally be able to put that dead-end gigging behind you. Yeah, but, and just think, Liba went on, playing music will finally be your real career. So you are going to tell them yes, right? Joe opened his mouth to protest. Then he closed it. He knew nothing he would say would change his mother's mind, and maybe she was right. Maybe this job really was the best career he could hope for. Joe let out a long sigh. Then he nodded. Yeah, good. Liba looked satisfied. Bzzz. Joe's phone vibrated in his pocket. He pulled it out and saw an unfamiliar number. Hello? How you been, Mr. G? Said a voice Joe recognized. But good place. It's Coley. Lamont Baker. Coley. Joe was surprised to hear from his former student. He had been what? At least a decade since Coley had graduated from middle school. Hey man, how you been? Great, Mr. Gardner. Joe chuckled. You can call me Joe now. I'm not your teacher anymore. Okay, Mr. Gardner. Hey look, Coley said, getting to the point. I'm the new drummer in Dorothea Williams Quartet, and we're kicking off our tour with a show at the half note tonight. Dorothea Williams? He yelped. You're kidding! Congratulations, man! Wow! I would die a happy man if I could perform with Dorothea Williams. Well, Coley replied, this could be your lucky day. A moment later, Joe hung up the phone, his heart pounding. Dorothea Williams. I'm gonna try out for Dorothea Williams. Dorothea Williams was one of the greatest living saxophone players, a queen of the New York jazz scene. The chance to play with a musician like her only came around once in a lifetime. Joe made a quick excuse to Liba and dashed for the door. He headed for the subway that would take him to the West Village, where the have-not was located. 20 minutes later, Joe sprinted up to a green brick building with a red awning over the doorway. Once inside, he paused to catch a breath. His eyes swept over the black and white photographs lining the stairwell that led down to the club. All of Joe's heroes were there. Duke Ellington, John Cartwright, Miles Davis, Ella Fitzgerald, Dolores Monk, Otley Cartman, Danny Gillespie, Charlie Parker, Bill Evans, and so many more. And now it was Joe's turn. At least he hoped so. There he is, my man! Coley was waiting for Joe at the bottom of the stairs. He was taller and broader than the last time Joe had seen him, and his head was shaved bald, but he had the same sweet, round face he had at 13. Hey, Curly, Joe said, shaking his hand. Leon's keeping town really put us in the blind, man, Curly told him. I'll bet. Joe tried to look sympathetic, but inwardly he thanked his lucky stars. If he ever met Leon, he was going to take him out to dinner for giving him this chance. I'm glad you made it, Curly said, leading Joe into the club. As Joe's eye adjusted to semi-darkness, he saw Dorothea on stage warming up on her sax. Silhouetted against the red curtain, she looked as regal as a queen on her throne. But it was the music that stopped Joe in his tracks. The sound coming from her sax was warm and rich enough to drink. He stood there for a moment, dazzled. Hey, Dorothea, said Curly. This is the cat I was telling you about. My old middle school band teacher, Mr. Gardner.
Call me Joe, Dorothea.
Call me Joe, Dorothea. I mean, Miss Williams. It's a pleasure. Wow, this is amazing, Joe gushed. Dorothea lowered her saxophone. She gave Joe a long, opposing look. The son stretched out awkwardly. The feeling, Curly added. Joe is Leigh Gardner's son. So, Dorothea said at least. We're down to the middle school band teachers now. Joe glanced helplessly at Curly. Did that mean he was out? Before he'd ever played? Get on up here, Teach, Dorothea commanded, rising from her chair. We ain't got all day. Joe sprang onto the stage. He barely had time to take a seat at the piano when Dorothea snapped at her fingers. What are we playing? Joe asked. In answer, Dorothea started to play. Curly and Frances Minot, a slender woman with a fedora tipped over one eye, joined in without missing a beat. Joe played a few chords, trying to keep up and figuring out where they were going. After a few bars, he caught on and pressed the key harder. Dorothea turned to him, raised an eyebrow, as if to say, It's all you, show me what you got. Joe took a deep breath. He closed his eyes and began his solo. The half note, Dorothea, and Curly all faded into the background. It was just Joe and the piano. He felt like he was floating on a sea of music. At some point, Joe realized that the room had gone silent. He opened his eyes. Dorothea, Curly, and Miho were all staring at him. Sorry. Joe lifted his hand from the keyboard, feeling his face so hot. I zoned out a little back there. Joe Gardner, Dorothea said. Where have you been? I've been teaching middle school band, he answered. But on weekends You got a suit? Dorothea interrupted. When Joe hesitated, she commented, Get a suit, Teach. A good suit. Back here tonight. First show at 9. Sound check at 7. We'll see how you do. Joe grinned, but his inside were doing cartwheels. That's done. He was the new pianist for the Dorothea Williams Quartet.